Friends, this is my prototype Poseidon Norton hardtail mountain bike. And that is the production version of the Poseidon Norton hardtail. And we need to put the parts on it. And this show on this channel is called Tinker Tuesday, and it's brought to you by my friends over at Park Tool, the only cycling specific tool company that supports content creators the way they do. So make sure to check out Park Tool in the links below for any tools you might need. Let's look at this. There are three differences between this and the prototype. A straight seat tube opposed to the original curved one. External rear brake routing is now an option, and the chainstays have been opened up a little bit more for clearance, but are also a little beefier, so they should be stronger. And to help the frame stay up for this shot, I've put my Aeon 35 fork in, along with the stem and bar that once donned Pink Panther V1, which has been sold, by the way. Okay, into the stand. So, as I mentioned in that voiceover, the Aeon 35 is on this thing right now. It's got the appropriate axle to crown length to make sure that the geometry of this thing is correct versus the Fox 32 that's on the prototype frame right now. And this was rebuilt recently by my friend Andrew Martin through his suspension tuning company, Granite Suspension. He changed out all the seals. He changed out kind of everything he could to make sure that it's working properly. Which kind of means there's not that much stuff that I need to steal from this thing. Wheels, drivetrain, eventually, I have ideas. Let's just do it. I'm definitely looking forward to this assembly. It's so simple because I'm not gonna have to split any hydraulic hoses to route them through the frame and then get caught out by not having olives or barbs or being low on DOT fluid to bleed the system or something. Basically, once the axles slide through the wheels, we're almost at the finish line. Like, I could almost play with it. Okay, obviously really easy to get distracted once you get wheels on. It's hard to not want to look at it. Let's keep going. So the crank that is currently on the prototype is like a SRAM dub style bottom bracket. I don't actually have the tool for that. Park Tool is sending me the appropriate tools for this type of thing. But in the meantime, I do have this tool, and I just so happen to have gotten a shipment from my good friends at Bikes on Wheels. And I have this Shimano SLX crank along with this Saint bottom bracket that's gonna go in here. And that's it, that's the end of the story. Ooh, gold. So chain, derailleur. If I may direct your attention to the Norton's comically low standover, which I hope you will agree gives off big dirt jumper vibes, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to pass up the opportunity to omit a few important parts that'll make this a viable trail bike. Notably, no front brake, and simply just slamming this fixed seat post down as far as possible, and temporarily making it more of a big wheel, hardtail dirt jumper. There's not really going to be a lot of opportunity to ride this bike in this fashion once the front brake and the dropper post goes on. So let's enjoy this setup while we can. pretty excited. This thing came out capable of doing all of those things that I absolutely love to do with a bike. But while the hope was that I could do stuff like this on a hardtail trail bike, that's not the way it needs to live. I have a bike specifically for riding that type of terrain. Actually two. So to leave this with a fixed seat post with the seat at that angle and no front brake. So we gotta pull the dropper off of the prototype, and I've already pulled the brake off of Pink Panther. And to make my life easier, I'm just gonna steal the Hunt front wheel that was on Pink Panther as well, because it already has a 180mm rotor on it, and that's the minimum rotor size for the Aeon 35. I'd love to run my Hunt wheel on the rear as well, but mine's dented to a concerning level, and the hub isn't even boost, so I'm just gonna continue to run the rear wheel from Angela's mountain bike and hope I don't destroy it too. Swapping the dropper ends pretty straightforward because the cable housing's already the correct length and it's moving essentially to the same frame. The cable routes through the down tube easily, so no fussing about with that, thankfully. And the rest is just bolting stuff up. A nice change of pace compared to other dropper installs. I kind of hate doing them. I don't know if you, I just kind of hate it. And then I'm not gonna run this specialized power saddle. I just like that the color matched the prototype frame, so I'm going to this fabric scoop. And with that, it's kind of together. And I'm always kind of blown away at how much just having a taller seat post can change the look of a bike. The time that I spend sitting and looking at builds when they're kind of done, halfway done, and then done is not something I want to admit to, but I don't consider it time wasted. So yes, here it is, my production version of the Poseidon Norton hardtail. These are in production, and when they are ready, soon hopefully, you will see them for sale. It's not like 2 years out, it's close. They're actually being made. So just continue to hang tight. The reason we don't want to say a date, even though we kind of have one in mind, is you end up with an egg on your face if delays happen. So just know it's coming. So please do let me know what you think in the comments. Honestly, in my mind, the biggest, best change that we did make was straightening the seat tube. While yes, it allows you to put post in even further than having a curve, it just shortens the gap between the wheel and the seat tube, makes it look more slammed even though we didn't change the chainstay length, and it's sick. Somehow it even feels shorter even though it's not. And if you want to support this show specifically, there is super thanks below, and when you contribute through super thanks and put your comment in through super thanks, it gets posted here. And go to the link below to check out the Park Tools page on Jenson USA to pick up any of the tools, your forever tools that you're going to need to do stuff like this. Who knows, maybe you'll start your own YouTube channel. That's it for this Tinker Tuesday. It feels a little weird doing conclusions, but that's the route we're going. So considering I stole a bunch of parts off of Angela's mountain bike, I think I should probably put something together for her that she can actually ride around and will enjoy. This will fit her.